All right, so I'm cheating a little here. I've got my GT4 RS press pack with me, but there's so much to discuss with this car that I really kind of need the help. I just can't remember it all. It's way, way more than just that engine out the back, I promise. Right, at the front end here, we've got a GT4 front splitter that you might recognize, but it's got these new plates on the side to contribute to more downforce. Porsche says that it's maximum, if you adjust things correctly, 25% more downforce than a regular GT4 for this RS. We've got ducts in the bonnet now that cool the brakes. We've got vents on the side here like a GT3 RS that again help with that downforce. And then this whole front end, the front axle, is GT3 RS. So it's wider, you've got the helper springs, you've got stiffer springs and dampers, you've got adjustable camber, you've got adjustable anti-roll bars, you've got adjustable toe, you can do whatever you want. You've even got, to save some weight, you've got carbon wings and bonnet. So that's about 35 kilos in total, Porsche says you've saved. The ride height is 30 millimeters lower, so it means for the first time you can have a nose lift with a Cayman. These wheels are the standard wheels. They're forged aluminium. They're about 2 kilos lighter than a regular GT4. You can have magnesium if you want, and you've got even more money. These are the ceramic brakes. They're 410 millimeter at the front. They're enormous and work fantastically well. This intake we've got to discuss because normally this is a window on a Cayman, but it now helps feed that amazing GT3 4-litre engine, which we will discuss more later on. These intakes now are just for cooling. Working our way around to the back, we have got 4 settings for this GT3 style wing that you can adjust yourself. A more aggressive rear diffuser that again, for downforce, you can have a titanium exhaust if you go to the Weissach package, and that will contribute, in fact, to a lap time around the Nordschleife that's 23 seconds faster than a standard GT4, which is some going. We're now going to drive it on track, not that quickly, but it will give you more experience of that incredible engine. Remember to head over to PistonHeads.com after watching this video to research and buy your next car. We've got these new intakes right behind your ears and they are just phenomenal. This noise, you've got individual throttle bodies. I hope this noise is getting through because I can't ever recall a production car sounding like this. It's insane. 6, 7, we'll just hold off because there's a corner. I love that Porsche have gone, if we can't make loud exhausts, we're just going to make intakes like this. Oh. And at last, we've got a Porsche Pdk and a Cayman with shorter ratios. It's got the old 991 GT3 RS ratios in it, so you just chomp through these gears because you've got 500 horsepower to do it with, and it just transforms this experience because you're getting through gears like never ever before. And you have this lever from the GT3, which is fantastic if you love playing the touring car driver as I do. You've got paddles here, of course, which you can use, but I just love this, pulling a big lever. And there we go, that's the end of 4th gear. And already we're chomping through 5th, what's that? 230Ks, 240Ks into 6th, 250Ks, the best part of 260, I'm going to brake a bit early because I'm scared. 4th, 3rd, we'll take 2nd because we can. That's what an RS Porsche is all about. And I've not even talked about the chassis yet because this just dominates everything. But it's the Cayman that we've all come to know and love with motorsport bits, so it's alive and it's urgent and it's alert, but it's friendly and it's on your side and it's helpful and it just... I'm not going to say viceless because people say viceless just when they're about to crash, but it's way more forgiving than you might think. Oh my God. That noise, did you hear that? It snorts through those throttle bodies like you wouldn't believe. braking a bit early, but we've got the ceramics here. They're phenomenal because Porsche ceramics always are. There's feel and there's power to complement that chassis that's endlessly capable and yet also exploitable and fun with it. It's, you know, a beautifully balanced mid-engine sports car that just so happens to be powered by one of the greatest engines ever made. So hopefully that explains the enthusiasm and the breathlessness and the slight giddiness, because yeah, it's even better than we thought it might be. The traction is fantastic. It's got the old 991 GT3 PistonHeads mechanical. Loads of traction, as these Caymans always do. Oh God, we'll just run out third gear. I might take second. It's so stable under brakes. You can turn in on the brakes and not feel like it's going to kill you. And the stability at speed is crazy. That extra downforce you can really, really feel. Oh, a bit late into there. But again, it's just so on your side. It's exciting and it's exhilarating, but it's not intimidating. And that is an incredible balancing act to strike. Oh. Okay, that's good timing. So yeah, exciting car. Exciting Porsche, funnily enough. I've not driven it on road yet. I can't tell you about road just yet. Hopefully we can do that later on. Andreas Preuning, or boss of the Porsche GT division, says this is going to be rewarding on a road as well as on a track. So yeah, hopefully we can test that later on. But God, as a track car, yeah, it's sensational. And we did get a go on the road too. As might be expected from a 9,000 RPM Porsche track car with those intakes behind your ears, the GT4 RS is pretty loud on the road, even in the non-Weissach car we switched into. If you like your fast cars raw and visceral, you'll love this. Those who drive a 911 Turbo to the odd track day probably won't. But there's quality and feel coursing through it too. The steering's fantastic, the suspension never crashes, and the PDK is obliging whether you or the car are shifting. It is usable on the road by all means, but doesn't feel the RS's natural environment in a way that it does for the GT4. Be prepared for lots of noise and lots of attention too, because this GT4 RS is awesome. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us.